The Golden Tribe. So we're going to start with the Golden Tribe, which is basically the central leading tribe in Wakanda. Their story began with the warrior shaman Bashenga, who founded the tribe and was also the very first Black Panther in history. Wakanda didn't always have vibranium. It was a special vibranium meteor that crashed into the land, which permanently transformed it because of the radiation the meteor gave off. Eventually, this led to the absurd amounts of vibranium. Wakanda's always been full of incredible resources, and predictably, the local tribes back in Bashenga's time went to war over these resources. Bashenga was chosen by the panther goddess Bast. She guided him to the heart-shaped herb, which itself is a special herb that is linked to the vibranium in the soil. It gave him enhanced abilities, super strength, speed, senses, the whole shtick. Bast chose Bashenga personally to unite the tribes of Wakanda, and that's how he became the first. He united the 4 warring tribes under his rule, except the Jabaris. We'll get to them in a bit. Because of how he unified everyone, Bashenga's own people started calling themselves the Golden Tribe, and his descendants were treated as royals. Ever wonder where Mount Bashenga and Bashenga's courtyard get their names from? Well, now you know. Skip forward several generations, and you get to T'Challa's father, T'Chaka, the previous Black Panther and King of Wakanda before T'Challa. This was a pretty good time in Wakandan history, but it was cut short by the betrayal of Prince Njobu, the father of Killmonger. To liberate his people around the world, Njobu teamed up with Ulysses Klaue to steal vibranium from Wakanda so they could forge incredible vibranium weapons, which Njobu planned to use for a worldwide uprising.
With vibranium weapons, they could overthrow every country and Wakanda could rule them all the right way.
But T'Chaka found out about his betrayal through Shuri, a war dog spy he sicked on Njobu. Shuri pretended to be his friend, James.
This is James. I trust him with my life. He stays. With your permission, King T'Chaka.
And when Njobu was confronted by T'Chaka, angered by T'Chaka not hearing his plans out, he drew his weapon on him. In a split second, T'Chaka had to kill his own brother. T'Chaka's own life ended when the Vienna International Center was assaulted by Helmut Zemo during the signing of the Sokovia Accords in Captain America Civil War. As he delivers a speech on global responsibility, a bomb explodes outside the conference center, tearing through the glass facade and killing him almost instantly. He died in T'Challa's arms a few moments later. While this was a scheme by Helmut Zemo to frame Bucky to shake the Avengers up from the inside, it did start T'Challa's character arc as the new king. By the way, that's why he's on Iron Man's side in Civil War. T'Challa thinks Bucky killed his dad. Tough, when he finds out it was really Zemo, he does get the right guy. What happens next for the Golden Tribe is the events of the first Black Panther film, which gave us the coronation of T'Challa. Wakanda has a rule that anyone can challenge the new king through combat for the throne, but no one really takes that offer. Until M'Baku did. Remember the Jabari tribe? He's their king, and he really didn't want T'Challa around, though he did end up losing. Still, that was one hell of a fight. T'Challa isn't a stranger to losing either. He got whooped by N'Jadaka, also known as Eric Killmonger, the child of Njobu, which made him leave Wakanda for a bit. T'Challa returned even stronger to defeat Killmonger, and he did, eventually taking back the throne. More importantly, he made a choice that forever changed Wakanda, sharing Wakanda's capabilities and the secret of vibranium with the rest of the world.
For the first time in our history, we will be sharing our knowledge and resources with the outside world. Wakanda will no longer watch from the shadows. We cannot. We must not.
He's at the center of the Golden Tribe's history due to his revolutionary time as king. But the Golden Tribe itself is generally at the core of Wakanda. They're pretty much the top dogs in the kingdom. They're also the only tribe that considers shirtless waterfall combat a valid way to select a head of state. Efficient? Maybe. Cinematic? Absolutely. The Jabari tribe. The Jabari tribe, also called the Mountain Tribe, is the only major Wakandan tribe that openly rejects the use of vibranium-based technology. They want nothing to do with Wakanda's modernization, choosing to isolate and live in the Jabari land, a snowy mountain area isolated from the rest of Wakanda. To them, the use of vibranium is impure and disrespectful to their culture. Unlike the other four tribes, the Jabari do not wear vibranium-enhanced clothing or use advanced weapons. Their gear is made of wood, bone, and natural materials, and their fighting style is built around overwhelming physical strength. The Jabari throne room and village structures are constructed from carved timber, not metal, and the tribe is accompanied by the sounds of gorilla calls, which they use in battle and ritual. While they are separate from the Golden City and its political systems, they still hold the right to challenge any Wakandan king for the throne. Religiously, the Jabari worship Hanuman, a gorilla god that is central to their beliefs and rituals as a tribe.
Glory to Hanuman.
You can see this in their gorilla masks and war cries. After Hanuman, the authority of the tribe is M'Baku. After his loss during T'Challa's coronation, he went on quite a character journey, starting by saving T'Challa's life. M'Baku and the Jabari rescued T'Challa after Killmonger assumes the throne and the Golden Tribe fractures. The Jabari sheltered T'Challa from Killmonger by holding him in hiding and helping Nakia and Ramonda. M'Baku also turns a new leaf during this time, even refusing the last heart-shaped herb so T'Challa could be saved instead.
Come with me.
The tribe also joins the Battle of Mount Bashinga, which is the most involved they've been in dozens of years, fighting across the Wakandan tribes against Killmonger's forces. This participation got M'Baku a seat on the tribal council too. From there on, they're a bit more regular in Wakandan society. M'Baku led the Jabaris against Thanos' army in the Battle of Wakanda, which, by the way, they still weren't using vibranium gear in that battle. They're some of the most, if not the most talented fighters in the kingdom. After T'Challa's death, M'Baku becomes one of the most important stabilizing figures in Wakanda. M'Baku attends the tribal councils regularly, something the Jabari did not do before, and he consistently challenges Shuri's thinking without opposing her authority. He warns her against acting out of grief, questions the consequences of killing Namor, and pushes her to consider the long-term effects of her choices. Acting as a senior advisor, M'Baku's leadership grows even more visible as Wakanda prepares for open conflict with Talokan. He commands Jabari forces during the city's evacuation and fights directly against Namor's warriors, taking heavy hits but staying committed to Wakanda's defense. His character arc comes full circle when Shuri chooses to take on the mantle of the Black Panther and let go of her role as queen. During the formal coronation ceremony, she's not there. She's in Haiti visiting Toussaint, T'Challa's son, mourning T'Challa in the process, as she learns all about his real name.
Ogubani. My name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
Instead, M'Baku arrives at the ritual site, publicly announcing his intention to challenge for kingship.
Wish to challenge for the throne.
Except no one steps forward to oppose him. While some fans thought the ending was ambiguous, Winston Duke confirmed on social media that M'Baku is indeed the reigning king of Wakanda going forward.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, though, being revealed as the king of Wakanda at the end of the movie.
Evolving from an isolated traditionalist to the people's champion. The River Tribe. The River Tribe was one of the four tribes that Bashenga united thousands of years ago. They're instantly recognizable by their green clothing and the shell ornaments woven into their outfits, which come from their territory along Wakanda's rivers. They also wear crocodile skins, which are their signature animal, and leather. I guess that's what's hot in Wakanda? Their most prominent representative in the films is their elder, who participates in every major council decision we see, including the coronation of T'Challa and the debate surrounding Killmonger's rule. They control Wakanda's rivers through advanced vibranium technology, capable of redirecting, controlling, or even shutting down the major water systems whenever necessary. They also pretty much function as Wakanda's naval force, and their flagship is the sea leopard we see in Black Panther Wakanda Forever during Shuri's plan to lure Namor and the Talakinil into battle on the open ocean. It also has a sonic cannon at the bottom of the ship, things an arsenal, and the River Tribe is a big part of Wakanda's overall military force. The Border Tribe. The River Tribe has the sea covered, but Wakanda's land borders are the Border Tribe's domain. They're the ones who first spot Killmonger. Recognizable by their Basotho-inspired blue cloaks and shield technology, the Border Tribe maintains the illusion that Wakanda is nothing more than farmland. Their job is simple but dangerous. Keep outsiders out and keep Wakanda's biggest secret safe. W'Kabi serves as their leader in Black Panther, but his loyalties are kind of shifty. For one, he helped carry out Killmonger's plan of delivering vibranium all over the world, just like Daddy wanted. Two, while he's T'Challa's advisor, he also set loose his soldiers on T'Challa when Killmonger issued a kill order for him. To be fair, he does respect Killmonger a lot for killing Klaue, who caused the death of W'Kabi's parents when he raided Wakanda for its vibranium.
My parents were killed when he attacked. Not a day goes by when I do not think about what Claw took from us.
Don't let any of this distract you from the actual plot here, though, which is that they have war rhinos. Yes, those pet rhinos? They're definitely not just for show. We see them go up against the Dora Milaje during the Battle of Mount Bashenga, and they're literally as cool as you would think. They also have vibranium-based capes with shielding and cloaking features. It took the Dora Milaje and the Jabari tribe to finally get them to surrender. We see just how strong during the Infinity War and Endgame, where they fight against the Outriders and eventually Thanos' army in the final battle. You can think of them as Wakanda's shield. The Mining Tribe. The Mining Tribe handles Wakanda's vibranium extraction, refinement, and industrial engineering. Their members can be identified by their orange and red garments during council scenes, coronation ceremonies, and national gatherings in Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. Vibranium is the heart of Wakanda's economic and technological power, and the Mining Tribe controls access to it. The trains, the suits, the weapons, the medical advances, nearly all of them come from vibranium mined and processed under their watch. While the interior of the mine is only shown in Shuri's lab facilities and the maglev rail system beneath the Golden City, it is understood that the Mining Tribe oversees the extraction process that feeds those systems. Their work supplies the vibranium used for the Black Panther suits, the Dora Milaje spears, aircraft, public infrastructure, and the kinetic technology used throughout the Golden City. They went through displacement during the flooding in Wakanda Forever, but despite their power, they never once tried to take the reins of Wakanda. The Mining Tribe is one of the core pillars of Wakanda, making the kingdom what it is today. The Merchant Tribe. The Merchant Tribe is one of the 5 major tribes of Wakanda. You can spot them from their incredibly bright, patterned clothing and elaborate textiles. They're responsible for pretty much all things economic: trade, textiles, artisanal production, and the economic networks inside the Golden City. In every council gathering, including T'Challa's coronation, Killmonger's claim to the throne, and Shuri's accession, the Merchant Tribe Elder is present and speaks on behalf of their people. Their district in the Golden City features dense clusters of shops, craft stalls, and textile markets, seen most clearly during the street-level sequences in Black Panther. These areas highlight the tribe's influence on Wakanda's urban economy. Their craftsmanship also appears in ceremonial garments worn by various tribal representatives. The War Dogs. The War Dogs aren't a tribe, but they're one of Wakanda's most significant factions. They're spies placed across the world, gathering intel and monitoring global threats long before Wakanda revealed itself. N'Jobu, Killmonger's father, was a war dog stationed in Oakland, which is where he was put down by T'Chaka as well. Nakia works as a war dog, operating independently in crisis zones. Unlike the tribes, the war dogs exist everywhere and answer directly to the throne. They're Wakanda's external nervous system, a network of eyes and ears that allowed Wakanda to understand the world without ever revealing itself. This exposure to the outside world is a big plot point for N'Jobu and Nakia, who become jaded after what they've seen, questioning Wakanda's secrecy. They're not a tribe in the traditional sense. They're a shadow group, but they are essential for Wakanda. Other Wakandan clans. Wakanda's comic book history goes far beyond the 5 tribes. The Lion Clan is one of Wakanda's oldest warrior factions, known for worshipping Sekhmet, the lion goddess. They were bitter rivals to several early Wakandan cults and played a major role in the tribal conflicts that defined the era before Bashenga became the first Black Panther. This clan has clashed with several other rival tribes, such as the White Gorilla Cult, Crocodile Cult, and even the Hyena Clan. Their belief in their god, Sekhmet, is pretty strong due to Sekhmet literally physically manifesting before his followers. Unlike some other gods who can't be bothered, looking at you, Bast, the Hyena Clan is one of the most disruptive forces in Wakandan lore. They are known for their constant struggle against the Panther tribe. The story goes like this. One day, a man succeeded in the Challenge Day trials and claimed the Black Panther title, but Bast rejected him. This caused him to die after eating the heart-shaped herb, and his son swore vengeance on the Panther tribe, founding the Hyena clan. Often portrayed as an antagonist clan, they fought against the Panther cult in ancient times and later resurfaced in modern stories as a chaotic underground faction. Their biggest role comes from this constant struggle against the Panther tribe and for, well, overall stirring trouble up in the kingdom, even when other tribes were mostly focusing on getting along. The Crocodile tribe is another ancient faction that clashed with the early Panther cult. They worship the crocodile god, Sobek, and generally, these guys were always shooting for the throne whenever they could be. Some people get desperate, but this cult takes it to another level, even going as far as resurrecting Morlun. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty funny when Morlun just ended up killing them all right after. The hunting dogs appear in several variations across comics as elite trackers, scouts, or specialized warrior clans. In some stories, they operate as wilderness experts who serve Wakanda directly. In others, they function as rogue factions outside royal control. While not as politically central as the lion or hyena clans, their legacy shows how diverse Wakanda's military culture used to be. There's a lot to cover when it comes to Wakanda, especially if we get into all the clans and factions in the comics. But that's all for today. But if you still feel like uncovering secrets, lore, and details about the rich Marvel universe, then hit that bell icon and stay tuned.